guys, hi, or good afternoon for you, or whatever. It's morning for me. I've just got up, just done a small walk around the campsite that I was staying at, but currently driving in the middle of absolute nowhere to a hiking track, which will take me to the exact centre of the North Island. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but considering I've been on this road for a good 40 minutes and it's just leading me deeper and deeper into this forest, I think it's going to be a bit of a walk. So I'll keep you posted. It's going to be a pretty cold one today as well. I don't know if you can see any of the mist or the fog that's coming up from the ground, but the sun's out, but it's just not hot at all today. So I've had to layer up for once rather than shorts and a t-shirt, but I'm sure as soon as I get walking again, it's going to warm up, but wait and see. Alright. Here we are, guys, the exact geographical centre of the North Island of New Zealand. Wouldn't really assume anything, but here we are, just in the middle of absolute nowhere. And all there is to it is this little obelisk, and that reads on it is how that it was discovered that this was the geographical centre of New Zealand, is that they'd cut out approximately a 1 metre scale rigid cardboard cutout of the North Island and then bent it to the same curvature as the Earth and placed it on a pin until they found the perfect balance point, which then would equal to be the middle or the geographical centre of the North Island. There are a couple of tracks that lead off from here, so I'm gonna walk on through, see what there is, but it is just very thick forest the whole way around, so let's see where it takes us. Made it up the top. Some pretty steep climbs to get here, like literally crawling on my hands and knees to make my way up the side of this mountain, but just, you can't see that far because of the low cloud, but over that way, probably a good 20-30 miles, is a town called Taupo with a huge lake surrounding it. All of this is the surrounding landscape that I've been at. I don't know if you can hear in the video, but there are hundreds of birds making their songs the whole time I've been in the forest. They've just been chirping away. have a break up here, enjoy the sun whilst it's out, and then make my way back down. And then from there, I'm thinking I will head out to Taupo, see what's around, keep you posted. So here's another nice shot of the lake. You just about see the waterline out that way. Just to put it into perspective of where I just was. Just had to climb up the side of that, literally like climbing up the side of it. That small section just there was like on your hands and knees, grabbing the base of trees, roots and rocks, whatever you can get your hands on, but I thought I'd come down on the lower level just so the clouds aren't obstructing the view, because yeah, they're rolling in now. It's pretty much the same height as what that peak is there. There's another shot of the west side. Alright, time to head back down, get in the van, off to another place. So I made it to Taupo, off through some of the country roads around here, just all farmland and paddocks full of cows, sheep, pretty quiet. This is Lake Taupo, which from end to end, you can see it all the way in the distance there, it's about 50 miles, and circumference is about 160k, so about 100 miles if you were to go all the way around it. And every year at the start of summer there are groups of cyclists, or an event a lot like the Tour of Cambridge, but they will do it around the whole of the lake. So roughly around 10,000 people will do it a year from all parts of New Zealand, and just do one big loop around the lake. And one thing I've come here for as well, you might not expect it, but I've come here for McDonald's for a particular reason. They serve the McDonald's out of a disused airliner, so I'm gonna head up there now, get a video of that, get some pictures, show you what it's all about. So here's a few extra bits of information about the McDonald's plane I was actually on. So it didn't always start out life as a giant McDonald's accessory outside one of their restaurants. What it originally was a US Air Force cargo plane, originally built back in the early 40s to help out with the Pacific War in the Philippines, in Japan, all of the islands just north of Australia and New Zealand. And after a few years after the war, it was put into decommissioned from the United Air Force, and then from there sat in storage for a good 10 years, and then eventually a Australian civil airliner company bought it and turned it into a Airbus, basically. So small flights going to and from cities in Australia. And then when that was no longer needed, it was ended up sold to a New Zealand company that were doing the same thing, but from the North to South Island. And it done a few rounds, flew around the Queensland area, and then after that, I think 1966, according to the information that I found whilst I was in the aircraft, that was its last flight. And from there it was bought up by a collector who then stored it in a car park, basically, along with a load of old vintage cars. And someone had the bright idea to build a McDonald's next to it, and the McDonald's decided to buy the plane, put it in their car park, and paint it with the McDonald's colours that you see in the photo. And a few of the other things it used to do as well for New Zealand was top dressing. So the cargo hold would be full of fertiliser, and it would be used to agriculture and reforest a lot of New Zealand that was deforested for timber. So that's pretty much it. No fancy air hostesses in McDonald's uniforms or anything like that. It's just a McDonald's with a big airplane in its car park. So, but the only kind in the world. So I thought whilst I was there, I'd make use of it. Good fun. Another morning, another beautiful day, blue skies. A little bit chilly, but can't complain when the sky is still out and it's meant to be winter. This is the view, not far from where I was last night, just down the road, which there's a walking track just behind around there to the left, which I'm going to do, which will lead me along this river. And you're probably wondering what that noise is in the background, but that is Hucker Falls. Don't know how well the noise is going to come out on camera, but it is loud. Over 6 million gallons of water flow through that a year, which I did some maths, works out to be 200,000 litres a second. Which is absolutely crazy. And even standing all the way back here, I'm 50 metres away from the actual fall, you can still feel the water spraying up. Pretty spectacular. Get another couple of videos of it as I walk up the track just next to it. You can just see how rapid it actually is. I doubt anyone's tried to go down it on a raft, because like you'll see, it's pretty wild. I mean, I guess someone's got to have tried it, right? But just the sheer volume of water that's coming through, it's just so violent that it's pretty wild. Alright, I'll carry on, see if there's anything else to video. I think that's going to be it. So that's the dam, the far end, that's the main pool, and then this is the rapids. Now at the moment it is lowering. I'll overlay some footage of the other stuff just when it's at its highest, but the water is like all the way up to here. You can see how dark the rocks are, probably especially more on this bit. Yeah, just there, like where the water was. But this part just by coincidence, I didn't know it, but they filmed a part of The Hobbit, the second Hobbit movie, when they were going down the rapids and the barrels. They filmed this section here. So what Peter Jackson and his team did for the filming, they literally made replica size barrels to fit what would have been the dwarves going down the rapids when they came out of the Mirkwood forest. And what they did is they released 20-30 barrels when they opened up the dam, watched them all or filmed them all going down, and then digitally put in all the actors that were portraying the characters from the book in the barrels to get that effect. Alright, it's just started to rain, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to the car. There's a decent track that I've done that's a shared mountain bike track as well as a walking track, so it's been pretty nice and smooth, so it's going to be another hour or so for me to get back, but I'm going to head back up that and then probably go to the car, to the van, possibly head back to Taupo or wherever really, just see what it's about. Alright.